It has been a long time since I have been able to do that for the Toronto Raptors as they end their 9-game losing streak with a convincing 135-111 loss, or win. See what I mean? I've gotten so used to saying loss that I forgot to say win. As they beat the Denver Nuggets 135-111, improving the record to 18-26 on the year. And Raptor fans, you know what I'm thinking. And I don't know how to feel. You know, seeing Kyle go off the floor the way he did and then kind of give him one of these to the camera, I don't like that. Norm with his post-game, interview basically saying, hey, the dominoes will fall the way they are. And I'm like, I don't like this. But we all know that this team, they need the assets. I'm trying to get through my head that it's the right thing to do. But for me as a diehard, as you guys know, it ain't easy. And the question I'm going to pose to you guys right away: did Norman Powell and Kyle Lowry just play their last game as a Toronto Raptor? Let me know. Go comments. Go crazy down below, guys. And before we get into the actual game itself, I want to give a little shout out to the ladies who did the broadcast today. Overall, pretty good job. Also, Kia Nurse, if you're going to do a Jack Armstrong impression, you got to give it that New York accent. You didn't get Jack Armstrong out of here. You got to give it that pumping New York accent from Jack Armstrong. But overall, they did a pretty good job. Let's get to this ball game, because they look like a totally different team than we've been used to seeing over the last little while. They play extremely sound defensively. They're flying around trying to get every rebound possible. Yes, did they get out-rebounded on the offensive glass like 17-9? Absolutely. However, Denver was only +1 on the glass. So you were taking care of it. You see what happens when you do that, and you allow them to only shoot 33% from three. I will say it again. 3-point defense and rebounding the basketball. You do those things, you will win a lot of basketball games. And the Raptors did a much better job today at that, and they won by 24. And it was a lot more. And then the regulars came out, and they made a little bit of a dinky little run to cut it to 24, but that was it. Let's break this thing down before we get a little sentimental about the boys in the latter half of the video. First quarter, the Raptors come out with a purpose. 38-30 after one. I'm thinking, all right, we have seen this before. 38 scored, the offense is flowing, and you allow 30, which still ain't great, but you're +8. But we have seen this. And then they just collapse after that. Second quarter, they play better defense, and their offense stays whole. Okay, well, you were +10. 34-24 in that second quarter, and the Raptors are up by 18 at halftime. And I understand, I will say it again, that they're on a second night of a back-to-back as Denver, blah, blah, blah. The Raptors just lost to a team who lost 20 straight games. The back-to-back means nothing to me. It's all about effort, and you saw that today. But now, it's only halftime, 18. You see those deficits go, fall apart in an instant. In the third quarter, the Raptors don't allow any run to happen. They don't really get their offense flowing too much. Only scored 26 in the quarter. However, you only allowed 27 because your defense was overall pretty good. Switches, communication, contesting at the rim, contesting the three-point shot. They did a really good job overall in this game containing the Denver Nuggets. And you were -1 in that third quarter, 27-26, but you were up by 18 at halftime. You're up by 17 going into the fourth. This team would need a monumental breakdown to lose this game. Now, the way they've been playing lately, I don't know how I feel about that. But in that fourth, the Raptors keep their foot right down on the gas pedal and do not let up. They score 37. They allow 30. But you're +7 in the quarter. You win by 24. At one point, they were up by 30-36. They played very well. And you won a basketball game. You got to give the boys credit for that. As much as they've been awful over the last 9 games, it looks like they're not going to make the postseason. We don't know what the future holds for two of the big guys in Lowry and Powell tomorrow. Or I guess tonight and into tomorrow. But what we saw tonight from this team was energy, effort, and a will to win. And they played like champions. As much as they aren't now, they looked great out there tonight. And Kyle, Anyways, let's break down these numbers. All right, Denver shot 42% from the field and 33% from three. Again, this team plays defense, Toronto Raptors. Their offense was good enough to take them over the top. You know, Denver shot 83% from the line. However, the Raptors shot 91% from the line. You make your free throws, you get stops, you make your shots, you win basketball games, period. You shot 51% from the field. Money. 50% from three-point range for the Toronto Raptors. They were getting their looks, and they were knocking down their shots. Simple as that. However, we have seen this this year with this Raptors squad, though, that they give you a game like this and give you that little bit of hope, and then they fall down into that Houston Rockets type of play, and you're like, where'd that Denver game go? Right? They played well against Utah and lost, and then they continue to play garbage, and we're like, well, where's that Utah effort, right? So I don't know what it is. Pascal Siakam. Let's talk about this guy for a second. We heard that he had some choice words for Nick Nurse after that Cleveland Cavaliers game, and I think he had no right opening his mouth on that because he was horrendous in the game. So why are you going to put him out there in the fourth quarter down 22? It made no sense. The Raptors made a big run to come back in the game. Does he deserve to go back out there because the bench guys got him back in it? No. Ride the bench. Let them come back. They almost did. Unfortunately, lost. And he was horrendous in that game. Didn't score in double figures. Didn't make an impact in the game. So there's no reason for him doing that. We hear that he got fined $50,000. And the Raptors denied he got fined $50,000. And the pregame press conference with Nick Nurse, he basically kind of avoided the question if everything's okay with Pascal. So that doesn't sound great. And then Pascal Siakam goes out there tonight and drops 27, 8, and 6. Shoots 50% from the field, knocks down 3 threes, gets to the free throw line 9 times, knocks down 8 of them, and was easily the MVP in today's game. You see what happens when Pascal drives to the tin with a damn purpose and plays active on the defensive end? You can get out and run at that point. That's where he's so good. We all know that. He was electric tonight. Why can't we see that? I mean, he was going at Jokic. He was going right at the guy almost every single play. Right on early in the game. He's going right at Jokic. We haven't seen that Pascal Siakam in quite some time. And if that's a sign of things to come, great. But we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out for him. Great game tonight, but let's see the stuff consistently. That's all I say. OG Anunoby, look, this guy, he's the energy of this team. I'm going to say it. You didn't have him against Houston, and the team sucked. You had him today. The defense was great. They put OG on Jokic. And yeah, did Jokic get his points? Of course he was. I said in the last video that Jokic is going to go to work. The Raptors don't have the size to deal with him. But OG has the physicality and the defensive mentality to fight alongside of him. And OG also dropped 23 points, 6 boards, 3 dimes on an 8 of 16 shooting, was 5 of 9 from 3. He was really energetic in the offensive end. That was fantastic for OG today. Are we going to see that on a consistent basis from young OG? Again, we all want to see it. Look, these efforts are fantastic. But we want to see this over a 10, 15 game span, not one game, one and done, and then the next game, down in the tube you go again. Right? Kyle Lowry, in possibly his last game as a Toronto Raptor, had 8 points, 5 boards, 3 dimes, only took 5 shots in the game, was 3 of 5 from the field, was 2 of 3 from three-point range. And in Kyle Lowry fashion, yeah, he may not have done all that crazy stuff with points, and he didn't even get a double figure in rebounds, assists, or points or whatnot. Only took 5 shots, not a glamorous number. But I understand people say the plus-minus stat is a very, it's a garbage number, it's a garbage stat. But he was plus 42. Isn't that a Kyle Lowry type game? Maybe on the score sheet doesn't look like he had a spectacular game, but if you look at look at the plus minus, he was plus 42 on the floor. Kyle Lowry just making an impact wherever he goes. Norman Powell, another guy who we don't know, past tomorrow, past even tonight for that matter, if he's going to be a Toronto Raptor or not. He has had a ridiculous season. He continues to develop before our very eyes. Dropped 22, 2, and 3 today. Shot 8 of 12. Was 3 of 4 from 3. Had a steal and a block in the game. Norman Powell just doing what he does. Efficiency at its finest. And dropping 20 plus. I hope he stays. I hope Kyle's... Again, it's that inside of me. It's like, diehard Raptor fan, keep these guys. They're the Raptors. But then again, future Toronto fan myself. You want these future assets. We keep hearing how the Raptors are stuck on Tyler Hero. We are getting him. Take it or leave it kind of thing. So if that's the case, I can accept it. But we'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be an absolute crap fest tomorrow. Social media is going to be going bonkers tomorrow in Toronto and all over Canada for the Toronto Raptors team. And Fred VanVleet, 19 points, didn't have a rebound today, had 2 assists in the game, shot 5 of 12, and was 5 of 9 from three-point range. Played a really good game and made an impact today. Was consistent from 3. Yeah, he didn't score 20 plus, but he was efficient. And that's all I ask from Fred VanVleet. You can drop 25 if you want, but if you shoot, 5 of 15 or whatever the case may be, doesn't really matter to me. You shoot 5 of 12 and shoot 5 of 9 from 3 and drop 19. I'll take that any day of the week. All right? And a guy who came off the bench that we haven't really seen a lot of this year, but played a really good game today, Paul Watson. He was fantastic today. 12 points, 6 boards, 2 dimes for Paul Watson, 4 of 7 from the field, 4 of 7 from three-point range. He knocked down 4 threes, did Paul Watson. A couple of those were off absolutely gorgeous dimes from Kyle Lowry. And what a game for him, and what a game for the Toronto Raptors. I wrote down a few notes here that I wanted to bring up. Obviously, +1 on the glass for the Denver Nuggets. That's a big key to the game for me. Rebounding and three-point defense. You allowed them to shoot 33% from 3, and they were only +1 on the glass. Yeah, on the offensive glass, they beat you up pretty good. But overall, it didn't really hurt you all that much because the glass was very even. So and you played great defense. Only 9 turnovers for the Toronto Raptors today. Sound defensive game. The ball movement was off the charts. And see, the thing is, we talk about this Raptor team sometimes where the ball gets stuck and they start playing ISO ball. And that's where the problems arise with this team, is when they start sticking the ball to someone's hands, where Pascal gets it in ISO, where Fred gets it in ISO. When you move the ball around, good things happen, and you saw that today. Great ball movement. They were 16-2 in the fast break. They went out and run. That's what Raptor basketball looks like. They limited the turnovers. Clean, sound basketball. They played great defense. That is Raptor basketball in a nutshell. And they played it today. Question is, well, for one, will these guys be here tomorrow? Assuming they are. Let's assume that. You play Phoenix next. On Friday night, it's a 7:30 tip-off at Amalie Arena. What Raptor team are we going to see? I don't mean player-wise. I mean, how are they going to play? Are they going to play like the Toronto Raptors, or are they going to play like this team who lost 9 straight coming into today's game? We're going to have to wait and see, guys. All right, so you know what? That is going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game for that matter, and are trying not to think about Lowry and Powell, but can't help it, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game tonight, your thoughts on Lowry, your thoughts on Norman Powell, and what you think is going to happen tomorrow or tonight for that matter, as I've said quite a few times in this video. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comments below any mock trades that you've drawn up for the Raptors. Let me know in the comments. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow to send me a DM, do all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays edition, it'll be next Tuesday, as we'll be breaking down the Jays' past week's games. Another great game today for the Blue Jays. Great pitching performances. Bo Bichette, red hot in the game today, so that was good to see heading into the regular season, just over a week away. So I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday, Jays edition, breaking down the spring training games of the past week. As for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're back in action tomorrow, Thursday, as they head to Ottawa. Actually, Dubas is there right now in Ottawa at the arena watching the Sens and Flames game. Interesting. We'll have to wait and see what plays out there. And they obviously, Jack Campbell's going to be in the cage tomorrow, 7 o'clock puck drop there in Ottawa, as the Leafs look for back-to-back victories and get some consistent good goaltending. Question is, how's Jack Campbell going to fare tomorrow? The net is his right now. Freddie Anderson's going to be out at least a week with his injury. So, Jack Campbell, the net's yours. Let's see what happens, all right? And as for our Raptors, I would say to you guys, I'll talk to you on Friday against the Phoenix Suns, 7:30 tip-off at Amalie Arena as the Raptors look for back-to-back victories. However, I might be talking to you guys sooner. I might be talking to you guys tomorrow, Raptors edition, Powell and Kyle Lowry. We'll have to wait and see. All right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and are going to be looking all over Twitter over the next 24 hours. All right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I do appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys then.